Welcome into the Honeypot Pod with your hosts, Brian, Blake, and Theo.
Welcome in, everybody. Episode 8 of the Honeypot Pod. We got some familiar faces back on, as always, Blake and Theo. And we got Mr. Van Ramsey himself joining us for his first episode. Welcome in, sir. Welcome in.
Thank you all. Warm welcome indeed. I love it.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Theo, you got a little, want to kick us off here?
Yeah, I got a little rant. Boys, it's official. The funeral that happened 8 years prior, the 0-16 parade, where we marched in a giant circle around Cleveland Browns Stadium, right there on the lake, the mistake on the lake. The funeral procession is over. The Cleveland Browns are officially moving to Brook Park. And let me say, that was an abysmal stadium, and I have as many good memories as I can count on my fingers when I thought that there'd be many more at that stadium. We have yet to host a playoff game in 25 years at that stadium. And we have yet to host not only a playoff game, but a meaningful game in January the last 10 years at that stadium. The last meaningful game at that stadium, gentlemen, was the day that they opened the beer coolers after our 1-31 games.
How goes it? I'm Wills Maxwell, and this is What Did We Miss? This is the segment where I tell you the stories WWAY did not. Not all of them, just the ones I overheard at the barbershop. The Cleveland Browns ended their season without winning a single game. I repeat, Eddie Money has more tickets to paradise than the Browns have wins. To commemorate this astonishing feat, Browns fans organized a parade. Some said it was to show that they're still proud fans.
I am a Browns fan till I die, but this was a very sad, sad season. As you can tell, I'm crying.
Yes, many people showed up hiding their faces. For context, Charlottesville guys did not hide their faces. The 0-16 season is making these guys feel more shame than Nazis. What the fuck?
Tough time to be a Cleveland Browns fan.
Get rid of this mistake on the lake. It's bad. It's bad. Anyways, enough about
How do
the
you feel
Browns.
about Amari Cooper?
Good. Send them out. Send Chubb out. Send all the good players that we like. Send them away from here. Get them.
We'll still be paying Voldemort. Deshaun Watson.
It's so bad. It's so bad. But what are you gonna do? We're stuck with them. So hopefully this next stadium though that'll change the mojo. That'll really.
On the flip side, Cleveland's got the Guardians right now. So
did you see that game?
Is it still going on or what?
They're on their last out. They hit a 2-run homer, so it goes into extras.
Big Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
No. Yeah. And then the next at bat, they get another homer for the next inning. So they won the game.
See that.
Yeah, they won the game.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Not all. And we got a bright shining star on the pod today, Logan.
Yes.
I'm a star! A great big shining star!
I don't give a fuck.
Logan, tell the people what you're up to, where you're living these days, who you're working for, what's going on.
Hey, happy to share. So currently living in the land of Lincoln, Springfield, Illinois. There's nothing exciting except if you're a nice Lincoln enthusiast, and we have everything you could ever dream of. But currently doing a fellowship in healthcare education, primarily with education design and content development. Very, very exciting work, behind the scenes work. But yeah, no complaints in like a 2-year contractual position. So almost to the end, seeing the grass on the other side. So really looking forward to being here, talking the podcast, talking the fantasy football. I'm ready.
Hell yeah. So you're the guy that makes all of the training modules that I have to sit through for epic training?
Not necessarily that. Just like if you go to any medical conference or big meeting and you see those like big presentations of those slide decks on new drugs, new treatment strategies, I'm the one kind of working on those slides and making those contacts with those speakers. So those people are given the presentation and I'm helping create the presentation.
So you're the unsung hero. That's what
I am. Yep, I get the shout out at the end, and you see the company I work for, Clinical Education Alliance, and some of our other brands. But you know, that's about as much recognition I get, and I like it.
You're the man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Salute to our unsung heroes.
That's right.
Captain Sobel?
Major Winters?
Captain Sobel. We salute the rank, not the man.
The man with the headset kind of making sure that the ship doesn't sink.
You put your hard hat on every day and get the job done.
Exactly. You know, I wake up, I put my pants on like everyone else, and we get the job done.
Attaboy. My friends are so smart. Look at this.
Oh. All right, Logan, we'll start you off with a softball. How you feeling about your fantasy team? You're 4-2. You made a big trade with Blake early in the year. How you feeling about your team?
You know, it's a night and day difference from last year. You know, I think I've either tied or have more wins than I did last year, and it's only week 7. So, you know, we're on the upward trend. You know, coming off a hard loss last week to Theo, came down to the end. So, you know, we got some moves to make, you know, still considering some options available. As you mentioned, made a big trade for McCaffrey a few weeks ago. Hasn't really worked out in my favor because I gave 2 players away for a dude to sit on my bench for quite a while. But, you know, when he comes back healthy, you know, we're going to turn things around. But, yeah, otherwise, it's a much better season than last year. You know, as you guys saw my calendar, you know, I look at that every night, make sure I don't repeat that.
Yeah. Speaking of your calendar, what do you think your favorite month was from the calendar? This is a question from the Honeypot.
I think it's June. I think it's that Father's Day photo of recreating the hangover scene with baby Carlos. You know, it was a lot of fun. Had to purchase the baby doll and the harness specifically for that photo. I found that shirt in a Goodwill, and it was just destiny from there. And so had to build the rest of the outfit. Now I have a Halloween costume for the next few years. So, you know, it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving. So definitely that Father's Day photo.
That's a great Goodwill find, that shirt.
It was the best $2.50 I've spent to date.
Theo, what was
I
your
think there were
favorite?
some other. What was that?
What was Theo's favorite picture from the calendar?
I'm trying to remember them. There was a farmer one, wasn't there? Or something like that?
Yeah, there was a nice black and white farmer's photo of me on a fence. I think that was Ryan's suggestion.
Was that with your like foot up, like head leaning back?
Yeah,
I think that
had
was
my
it.
cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Shirt unbuttoned. Yeah.
I like that one as my favorite. It's classic.
Blake, what was yours?
October by far, the pumpkin. That cracked me up. That was awesome.
Was that was the John Cena one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one where I had to cover myself with a pumpkin.
That one was elite.
What about you, Brain?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be October with the John Cena. Listeners, here's a picture of John Cena, and then now you can imagine Logan with the pumpkin.
Are you selling those calendars or no?
Yeah, when are we gonna get those?
When can I purchase them for charity or something?
I'm trying to find a print shop to get them all done, and then specifically start handing them out to people.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to have one at Christian's wedding that did everyone's signatures as a nice like token piece of my suffering. But you know, we'll still get something in the works. You know, you guys aren't forgotten. You know, pass my pain onto the league. You know, have something we can all celebrate.
Good. Looking forward to it. I look forward to putting it on my refrigerator once I get a copy. All right, this is another question that comes from the league. Are birds real? Are they a government plant? And how do you know?
Good question.
Yeah, so, you know, a few years ago, you know, I was a firm believer of the birds aren't real movement.
More than 1 million people have become followers of a conspiracy theory that birds aren't real. That's right. The birds you think you see flying in the sky are actually government surveillance drones.
You know, I had my stickers, I had my guide that taught me how to identify different drones in the wild, you know, going from geese to pigeons to all these other methods of surveillance. And, you know, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak. But, you know, they make some solid arguments. Just, you know, I've never seen a baby pigeon. Where do they come from? But I think I may have stepped back to reality. And I think now, you know, I'm starting to see birds are real, you know.
You suck!
I think they're very important to the environment. You know, I'd love to hear your guys' perspective on it all. You know, are birds real?
I have a follow-up question for you, Logan. Oh, we missed Blake. Me and Blake have got into a discussion about where flamingos get their coloring from. And Blake, I don't know if you're. I think Blake's first, but I think flamingos are naturally born with pink feathers. Blank thinks that they go down to Lake Guadalajara in Mexico to dye their feathers pink every summer. I just wanted to hear your thoughts, being that you just recently came to the conclusion that birds are real. Do you think that these flamingos are naturally born white and go down to South America to dye their feathers pink?
It's a great question. I myself don't know the answer. I think potentially it has something to do with their diet. I think they eat a lot of shrimp. So maybe that may have something to do with their coloration of their feathers. But yeah, I don't know if it's like something they have to do annually versus something that just happens over time and they stay that color. Blake, we're talking about how flamingos get their color. You want to share your take?
Oh no,
he cut out again.
So anyways, Blake thinks every year they go down to this lake in Mexico or South America or some damn place, and they jump in the water and that dyes their feathers pink, and then they come back up to the north. That's what Blake thinks.
Does that mean they take the flamingos from the zoo and take them down there too?
They bust them down. That was the argument. They bust them down. They all jump on a bus and they head down to.
They bust all the flamingos down to Africa.
That's the other thing. There's multiple pink lakes in the world, but only the one in South America is the one that all the flamingos go to, right, Blake?
That's what I heard on YouTube, I believe, but I'm all in.
Hey, YouTube
and birds aren't real either. They charge on the electric fence.
To charge?
If it flies, it spies, fellas. Sorry for this connection, by the way. I'm only catching bits and pieces of this conversation, but I don't know what's up with my Wi-Fi right now.
You cut back in at the most important parts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Take away. Blake thinks birds are fake. And so that's all that matters.
Comment below what you think below. Are they real? Are they fake?
Is it Lake Guadalajara, or is it another? Am I missing the name of the lake?
I believe it's the Laguna Roja in Argentina.
That's what it is.
Southern Argentina.
The water of Lake Natron in Tanzania is toxic for most animals, yet one curious breed of the lesser flamingo is thriving in its caustic shallows. The lake's high alkalinity levels are known to severely burn the skin and eyes of most animals, but not these guys. 2 million flamingos with their naturally thick-skinned legs are reproducing successfully and remain safe from predators in this unexpected sanctuary. Don't miss D-News Daily Bite, weekdays at noon.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I remember learning that in Spanish class, and I don't know. I explained that to you boys one day when we were studying, and I think all three of you actually, and I thought I had a pretty compelling argument. No comment.
I remember this conversation vividly. We were in a study room at CPS. I think Bikram was there as well, and I don't think I stopped laughing for a solid 35 minutes.
That's the thing. I think it was Blake and Theo arguing, and then Brian and I just laughing our asses off, and that's how the night went.
That sounds about right.
All right, Logan, I got another question coming from the pod. Which war would you rather fight in, and which side do you take? Do you want to fight in World War II or World War I, and which side are you fighting for?
I don't know. I feel.
While you think of this, who wrote this question?
Yeah, they remain anonymous.
I think I would definitely pick World War II. I don't want to say it like definitely because I think they're both major time points in history, but leaning towards World War II on the Allied side, just so you know I can chase that victory. And who knows, there's definitely more books written on World War II, so I feel like I have a better chance at getting my name in a book somewhere and being remembered.
Theo, that was all the questions from the pod. Do you have any questions?
Yeah. What's your favorite Rocky movie and why?
I think I just gotta stick with the first one. You know, that's what started it all. You know, it was the shoulders that the other movies could stand on. So you know, without Rocky 1, we couldn't have the others.
And at what point do you think the Star Wars franchise died?
Right when George Lucas sold it to Disney. You know,
That's
I think
the answer.
there's been a few moments of saving grace with the Disney production, but by far and large, it's been a train wreck, and I don't like it. It's ruining a beautiful franchise. Like some of the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, perfect, loved it. Then the movies, hate it.
Rogue One was good, and then that
Rogue One was great, phenomenal.
Rogue One was great.
The Han Solo one wasn't bad either.
Han Solo one was good. The very first time they came out with the movie again, I don't remember what the name of that one was. That one was good, but whatever the follow-up one was to it, I can't remember what it was. But
Yeah, I don't even remember them.
I like The Mandalorian, though. Mandalorian was good.
Yeah.
Well, that'll take us into our first commercial break. Thanks to our sponsors coming on here and supporting the podcast. We appreciate them each and every week. So thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, seasons are changing. Fall is coming around the corner. And with the seasons changing brings on some new flavors. It's traditional that pumpkin spice and pumpkin flavorings hit the scene right about now. But Skyline Chili? Is that really going to hit the scene mainstream here? Well, it is. Grater's is announcing their new Grater's ice cream. Their new Grater's Skyline Chili ice cream pint. And I have the description here, fellas. It is creamy ice cream, which is infused with warm chili spices. Swirled throughout are crunchy oyster crackers and shreds of cheese that provide a tangy contrast to the sweet treat. This unconventional union holds a bold, adventurous taste experience that combines zesty ice cream with crunchy elements in every bite. That sounds delicious. I don't know about you guys, but what is so more tasty than chili flavored ice cream? I'll wait. And after that tasty treat, for your inevitable diarrhea, make sure you use Dude Wipes, Dumpkin Spice.
この芸人好きめ集中力がアップすんだよ集中力可愛くねさあ集中力ガシンガシンガシン授業続けませんか飲まなきゃ牛乳に相談だ
Well, thank you to our sponsors. Theo, you did phenomenal ad read there. I mean, I couldn't be more hyped up for having my Skyline flavored graters and then right along there having my Dumpkin Spice wipes. I mean, that just sounds like a lovely day on the toilet.
Mm-hmm. 'Tis the season. Can you feel fall? It's here. Fall is here, gentlemen.
It's here.
Feel something, all right.
Yeah.
Something will fall.
Oh boy! All right, so this week we have top 10 fighters, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now we clarified this before the pod. This is your top 10 fighters. We're going street fight, kind of MMA, whatever street fight. The guys who you want at your back in the alley street fight. You know, on a bad day when things are going south in Indianapolis.
Let's do it.
All right. Who wants to kick us off?
I'll kick us off. All right. In a street fight to the death.
To the death. Oh,
the first person. Okay, maybe not to the death, but in a street fight.
We go to war now.
The first person I want protecting my blind side is Northern Kentucky All-Star Theo Peter Maris.
I'm on.
That's the guy I don't want to see in a dark alley. He's a big man, and I've seen him mad a few times. It's scary. I was a little scared. He's my number one out of the Honeypot Pod. Number two, also pictured in this screen, Mr. Van Ramsey himself. If you've seen him in person, you know why. He's jacked. End of. That's all I need to say. And I've seen him move some weights. He's strong. Number three, the guy from Gilman, Illinois, Mr. Christian Sanchez. Christian, pretty good-sized guy. Also, football background. Just a good old country kid. He's number three. Number four, Mr. Frederick. Like I said with Logan earlier, big weight room guy. Very strong. I think he would also be pretty scary in a dark alley. Number five, going to be Mr. Eli. I think just freak athlete in general. I think he could find a way to figure it out if he were in a situation where he needed to fight, especially out of us 10. I think he's probably fifth. I'm going to put myself at number six, mainly because the people below me, I just think I can beat them. That's all. I really don't have a good explanation. But number seven, my biggest rival in a debate as old as time, Mr. Evan Klein. It's been talked about for years, I think 2 years now, who would win the fight between Blake and Evan. Well, I just want to say, I think it's me. Maybe one of these days we'll settle it. And I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Number 8, I'm going to give Mr. Brian Weber. just because I'm tougher than him. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Number 9 is Bikram. And number 10 is Logan Harris. And I don't think I need to say anything else about number 10 being Logan Harris. I think he's going to be unanimous number 10. And I think the top 9 we might disagree on, but I think we'll all say Mr. Harris is 10 out of 10 in a street fight. That's all.
Okay.
Your list is very similar to mine, I will say.
Mine as well.
All right, take it away, Theo.
Well, 4 through 10, me and Blake's list is similar. I'll just go through the names again quickly here. Harris, I have at 10 for obvious reasons. Bikram is 9 because I don't think there's a mean bone in his body, and he's a terribly nice guy. But in a street fight, I don't know. Brian, number 8. Honestly, these 3, Blake, Brian, and Klein, I'm going to need to see a fight to really make a full determination. I have these 3 all kind of linked together, but right now I have it in this order. Brian's at 8, Klein's at 7, Blake's at 6, but any given Sunday, these guys, can be one on top of the other. Number 5, I do have Eli, freak athlete. 4, I have Mr. Frederick. Number 3, I have myself. Number 2, I have Mr. Van Ramsey himself. I think I've seen you mad once, Logan. I think I've seen you mad once, and I honestly think that you could beat a motherfucker up. Number 1, I have Christian. Christian's a unit. All right. I remember the wedding and you guys trying to knock him down, and he just stood up there. He is a unit. And I want him by my side in a street fight. So that's my list.
My list is very similar, and I can kick us off next. So I'm going to start bottom of the list and just go up. So number 10, sorry, Logan, but putting Logan Harris at number 10. Last week's podcast, all 4 of everyone on the call puts you at last, and I couldn't come up with a scenario to change that outcome. So unfortunately, you're still at the bottom. 9, Bikram, for the very same reason that Theo had. Very nice guy. The type of guy you don't want to see in a fight just because he's so pure. We don't want to see it. So he's putting in 9 just because we're trying to protect him. 6, 7, and 8 can go any which way depending on who starts it and what they're fighting for. So Brian, Blake, Klein, it's up to you. And if you guys want to make your case right now, we can make that final decision. But you 3, in my eyes, are neck and neck. Again, it just depends on the day. 5, I'm going with Eli. He's got speed. He's got long arms. He can keep his opponents at bay. And he can just kind of tire people out until he goes in for the finishing move. And then 4, similar to Theo and Blake, going with Ryan. He's built like a guy that can just take hit after hit and just bounce back. He's always going to stay in the fight. He's going to be there back to back and just wait till his opponent tires out, and that's when he goes in. So I'm giving him that 4th place just because 1, 2, and 3, it's difficult. I'm putting myself at number 3. I've never been in a fight, so I don't know how I'd perform in that situation. I'd like to think that with my size and former athleticism, I could hold my own, but who knows how that translates into actual street fights. Any outcome is possible. I'm putting Christian number 2. He's got the football background. I think he can hold his own. Same context. If he's fighting for the right cause, I don't want to be standing across from him. And then likewise, Theo at number 1. Theo, you're a strong family and friends type of guy. A real guy that he will protect who he loves type of thing. So puts you in a situation where you're protecting another person. I am running for my life. I don't want to go against you in that type of situation. So you're my top dog in this top 10 list.
Appreciate it.
Well, think about the wedding. Theo was taking some shots for Christian during that snake dance, and I was like, and I was one of the guys just catching blows, you know.
Yeah, Logan.
You know,
Logan.
I threw some shoulder shots into Theo at that snake dance, and Theo tanked it. So, you know, that alone just shows Theo's number one.
Yeah. Logan, I think you make some good points. You know, I think of when I was going through my list, I think of two instances for my number one, and that was everyone's number one, Theo. I can think of two instances where this guy, you know, he showed up when people needed him. First, I can think of we were at the bars in Indianapolis, down on what's the main street in Indianapolis for all the bars?
Meridian?
No, downtown.
Oh,
Mass Ave?
Mass Ave.
Massive. We were at one of the bars down there, and Brandon Kahn, for whatever reason, bumped into some dude, and this guy pissed at Brandon Kahn. And Theo turns around and puts this guy in his absolute place. And the guy did not mess with us the rest of the night. And then second, we're in New Orleans, and it was Theo, Ryan, and I, and we were just hanging out at this, hanging out at the bar while everyone else was gone. We were all probably pretty inebriated, and this guy comes up to me, and I thought, I was like, this guy's gonna stab me. This guy is gonna stab me. And Theo literally grabs him, looks at him, and the guy just cowers away. It was a beautiful sight. And it was great to have somebody next to me like that. So, yeah, Theo, you're my number one.
Both those instances, I didn't do anything except look at somebody, pick someone up. That was it.
Yep, that was all you had to do.
All right. That's all I needed.
Next, I got Freddie, because he can. I imagine that guy, if he's just a little inebriated and he gets going, I think there's nothing that's going to stop him from doing what he wants to do. So I got him, and I got Logan Van Ravenswaay next at number 4, and number 5 I have Eli, for all good reasons that you all pointed out, because he's got that little Republican mean streak in him. And I think that may come out during a street fight. You know, maybe he's the one that pulls out the gun. Who knows? And then I got
whoa! Weapons are involved in this. If I knew weapons were involved.
And then I got Christian at 6, and then I got the conglomerate of Klein, Blake, and I all together. I'm gonna put myself a little bit ahead. Been in some fights before, so I think I can take him down. And then I got Bikram and Logan rounded and out. So that's my list.
You know what it sounds like to me, gentlemen? It sounds like we need to go back into the pharmacy basement and have Friday night fight night between Brian, Blake, and Klein. I think we need to make this happen for charity, obviously. For charity.
Yeah.
But we need to make this happen. I think we could promote this fight, and it'll be a real moneymaker for the university. It'll really put the pharmacy program on the map.
It's going to put the pod on the map.
Well, that too.
Oh, jeez. Well, boys, everyone comment, listeners, lovely listeners, comment below. Who do you think your top 10 fighters are? Who you taking? Boys, anything else for the end of the pod here?
Yeah, don't forget to comment on whether you think birds are real or not. And also don't forget to comment on whether you think all the flamingos go down to Laguna Roja, which sounds like the stupidest thing I've ever heard, to dye their feathers pink every summer and then they come up north. Make sure you comment about that too. But that's it. Thank you. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, hey.
Thanks, everyone.
Like and subscribe.
Oh, wait, real quick. Happy birthday to Mr. Logan Van Ravenswaay coming up this weekend. Happy 26th, I believe.
Thank you. Thank
How are
you.
you celebrating?
Skyline ice cream.
Yes, I'm gonna go find it.
Dumpkin spice.
Dumpkin spice.
It's nice.
Beautiful.
Birthday is TBD.
Nah.
TBD. Ooh.
Okay. All right.
That's the best type of birthdays.
Yeah. Well, that'll wrap us up on episode 8 of the Honeypot Pod. Let's catch you next time for episode 9. See ya.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Just kidding!
Do you have a specific battle you want to fight at?
I think
Hiroshima.
I don't know what battle I would pick. I'm sorry.
We gotta cut that.
What do you think I did?
Why would you want to fight there?
I think it's obvious. Anyways.
I feel like I watched Saving Private Ryan a couple weeks ago, so I'll take D-Day. Purely for the sake of the movie.
Thanks for cutting that part out, Brian. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we're gonna get like a bloopers reel.
Yeah.
To explain why all of our eyes are watering.
Oh, jeez. Well, that is,
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer. Oh, jeez. Well,